Now on Sunrise, the heat wave is here. How people are preparing for another round of temperatures above 95 degrees. Plus, scary moments in North Plains as a train derails with 4 cars coming off the tracks. Your news starts now. Good morning and thank you for getting up with us to kick off your Sunday. I'm Thomas Schultz alongside Corey Johnson. And Corey, the big headline today, it's a weather impact alert morning.
That's exactly right. We are monitoring extreme heat that we've been telling everyone about for the last few days now. And so I want to get to those watches and warnings that we're monitoring. The heat advisory in particular for the Willamette Valley in place today from noon until Tuesday. Now, if you were here with us yesterday, you may have noticed that this stopped Tuesday at 10 a.m. so in the morning, or 5 a.m. rather in the morning, and so it's been extended until the evening for portions of Battleground all the way down to Eugene. We also have another extreme heat warning in place for the Dalles and east of the Gorge, so it's going to get pretty hot for us. Upper 90s is what we're looking at, but taking a look at your temperatures right now, sitting in the 60s for the most part. 59 in Pendleton, 64 in the Dalles, 62 in Kelso, and 60 in at Astoria near the coast for us at this hour. A live picture from our downtown Portland camera, a beautiful picture from the Fremont Bridge. Many people out and about starting their Sunday morning, but it is going to get rapidly warmer as we get into the afternoon. So you'll want to take your time and really just make an extra effort to stay cool and get in some air conditioning as you go throughout the day. 65 for us in downtown Portland. The Dalles right now sitting at 64. Some calm winds there. Our coast forecast at Astoria, the high today is 83. So definitely gonna not have much cloud cover and see a lot of sun for us out as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. A look at your day planner, 11 a.m. sitting around 82 degrees, but you see near 3 p.m. 96, and then it's upper 90s until we get to the evening hours with not much cool down. We'll break down the rest of your forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Corey. Well, with that extreme heat warning in place, our Jake Holter tells us how Portlanders and local governments are preparing.
Well, people we spoke with here in Portland say that they're staying home on Sunday to keep cool.
I think we're going to be inside.
My wife and my mother-in-law and I are going to hunker down inside.
With temperatures soaring to the mid-90s the next couple days, Portlanders are preparing for the heat wave.
We live in an old Craftsman, and it doesn't have air conditioning. It's not very well insulated. So yeah, we expect it to be hot. We'll be on the first floor for the most part, just trying to stay cool.
Yeah, I have lung disease, I have COPD, and it's really difficult when it gets hot. It's really difficult to breathe.
We spoke with Dr. Richard Bruno, health officer at the Multnomah County Health Department, who says that people with pre-existing conditions and older people can be the most vulnerable to the heat.
We encourage you to check on your friends, your neighbors, your family members, anybody who fits those categories. Make sure they got a plan for the weekend. Make sure they have a cool plan. Make sure they know about the libraries and the malls and the splash pads and other options for people to go to in case they need to get out of the house.
Bruno sharing with us the signs and symptoms of heat-related illness.
Early warning signs of heat exhaustion include things like excessive sweating, nausea, vomiting, starting to feel like your body is getting weak, or starting to feel like the sun is just becoming overwhelming for you. Those are definitely signs. Get in the shade real quick, cool off with misting or a cooling towel, or even get a cold shower.
Because of the risk of heat exhaustion, resident Emily Youngie says she hopes the cooling centers are open.
It should be a priority when the weather gets hot, for the city. And understand funds are being cut and so on, but that, you got to keep people alive.
And Multnomah County officials say they'll make a decision about opening cooling centers Sunday morning. In Portland, Jake Holter, KGW News.
And the organizers of today's Providence Bridge Pedal are also taking precautions. It's the one time a year Portland's bridges are closed off to cars, including the upper decks of the Markham and Fremont bridges. Organizers say they've added extra hydration stations this year. Tents with medics will also be stationed along the route. Here's a live look at the Fremont Bridge, where the first ride begins at 7 o'clock this morning. There will be some lane closures on all 9 of Portland's main bridges throughout the morning due to the bridge pedal. So expect delays if you normally cross the Willamette River. We've got a complete list of the lane closures on KGW.com. Meantime, northbound Highway 217 is closed from Highway 99 west to Shoals Ferry Road. This is the 4th of 5 weekends of the Auxiliary Lanes project, where crews are doing paving and striping work. The The final weekend closure for this stretch of road is scheduled for next week, August 15th to the 18th. In the meantime, use I-5 through Portland, I-405, and Highway 26. Traffic is flowing normally through North Plains again following a train derailment Saturday. It happened around 12:30 near Northwest Main Street in Hillcrest. A Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue spokesperson says 4 cars derailed. Officials say no hazardous material spilled, but there was some slight spillage from a grain car. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The company that owns the railroad plus an investigator are looking into this. A Washington County deputy shot 7 times while serving an eviction notice is suing the owners of the apartment complex where it happened. The lawsuit claims those responsible for running the Tualatin complex were negligent, insisting they should have done more to let law enforcement know what they were walking into. Alma McCarty explains.
On July 26, 2023, patrol cars descended on the apartment building. First responders brought in a helicopter to rush Washington County Civil Deputy Charles Dozay to Emmanuel Hospital in critical condition.
The day that I won't soon forget.
He'd spend 2 weeks there after he was shot 7 times, including twice in the head, causing him to lose his left eye and multiple teeth. His daughter spoke with KGW before he was released.
I trust his skills and I trust his knowledge and I trust his abilities. But of course, just being in this line of duty, you do have fear that you have to work through.
Deputy Dozay was serving an eviction notice to a 34-year-old named Chris Graves. He told KGW last year this was a routine assignment.
Our day consists of serving subpoenas, restraining orders, orders of assistance, restraining order move-outs, and also evictions.
But this would turn out to be a life-changing call as the tenant started shooting after deputies broke down the door.
There was nothing in the paperwork that showed that there was any sort of risk.
A new $23 million lawsuit filed almost 2 years to the day after the shooting claims the apartment owners and the people managing it were negligent.
My dad was the first one in and immediately got shot. Like, how do you even prepare for that?
The lawsuit claims not only did the apartment owners and managers fail to take steps to de-escalate the situation in the months leading up to the eviction, they allegedly did not let Deputy Dozay know the tenant might pose a danger to himself or others. Documents detail how Graves stopped paying rent that spring and was uncooperative with property management, and how he covered the windows and was heard screaming by other tenants in the middle of the night. After this several-hour standoff, a SWAT team found the suspect dead inside the apartment. Alma McCarty, KGW News.
The sheriff's office says Dozay remains on leave, calling him an incredible human and a dedicated professional whose continued recovery is an inspiration. We reached out to the defendants named in the case. Only Pacific Urban Investors, a real estate investment business, responded to say they do not comment on pending litigation. Portland police have arrested a man who allegedly slashed several cars' tires. It happened just before 1 o'clock Saturday near East Burnside and Northeast MLK Boulevard. Officers found at least 3 cars damaged and learned from a witness the suspect, 46-year-old Jason Garrettson, was screaming and running in traffic with a knife. Officers arrested Garrettson without using force after locking down the area and bringing in more police.